Hello, everybody, and welcome to Empire's Podcast of the Week. As you guys know, I am Stephen Ogden, your host. It's good to be here. It's good to see you. This podcast won't be being posted till next week, but today is Mother's Day. And I just want to give a shout out to all the moms out there that are there for their sons that are incarcerated. Mom, thanks for being there. Miss Cheryl Ibarra. You're an amazing mom, and you do so much for Wes and also for me. We're just both so thankful for you, Wes, of course, more than me for you. But you're an amazing woman, and thanks for being there for us. All the other moms, hey, all your sons need you in here. I know it's tough and it's all that, but just know that I'm watching every guy in here shake and dance, trying to get a Mother's Day card made for their mom, and they all want to have some sort of personal touch on it, and everyone's thinking about you out there. So happy Mother's Day, and thanks for all the mother support, which is kind of a good segue into my topic this week. Today's topic is on gangs and gang life. And I want to talk about, first off, how that affects family and how family equates to gangs. A lot of kids grow up in foster homes. They grow up in group homes. They grow up in areas where they don't have a family. They end up in juvenile detention centers. They end up seeing friends with a dad. They don't have a dad. They see friends with a mother, and just these big, huge families that they don't have, and a lot of the youth are from disenfranchised areas. They're poor, and they want more. They want something else, and they see these gangs active in their streets, and they see how it's like a big family for these guys. At first, they don't get to see all the internal politics and all the strife and everybody going to prison. Nobody talks about all that stuff at first to these youth. They talk about all the good stuff. Oh, we got all the money, and we're hustling, and we got everything that you need, and come with us, and we're going to make you somebody important. You're going to be special. You're going to be one of the best. The recruiting techniques and tactics they're horrible, but they're real, and that's the biggest one, is where's your family at? We're your family now. Come with us. And real quick, I want to talk about the difference, though, between a street gang and a prison gang. So a street gang is, Crips, Bloods. You'll see stuff on the wall, X3, 1-4, Northside Mafia, things like that. Those are street gangs. Then you get into prison, and you have La MA, the Texas MA. You have 211 Crew, Aryan Brotherhood, things like that. Those, and mostly the prison gangs within prison are white supremacist. I don't back any of it up. I don't have anything good to say about any of that stuff. But that's what it is. That's the difference. You're going to have a street gang where these kids are getting involved as youth, and then you're going to have the prison gangs where guys get to prison and they don't have anybody, and they have no support, and they're scared and they're fearful, and they see a group of guys that can be there for them and can have their back and can make sure that their life is good. Or they can see that group of guys that can make their life bad and make their life miserable and can really do the exact opposite. So, and that's where I want to get into a little bit of self-experience. I want to talk about myself and what I've been through. And I want to talk about growing up in Greeley, Colorado, where it was predominantly Hispanic street gangs. My parents had recently been divorced. My mother, of course, really didn't let my father in the picture. So with her alcohol, with her drinking, my father being gone, I was running the streets. The street gangs didn't seem appealing to me, to be honest. I mean, I know that sounds crazy with what I just explained to you. I guess it was just, maybe it was, I was lucky enough to know what a real family was, because when I grew up, before my family broke apart and my parents got divorced, I had the best family ever. I played Little League baseball. I raced BMX bikes. We went camping on the weekends. I knew a family. I knew what a family was. So when my parents did split, I I didn't see a family in those guys. I've seen something different. I hung out with them. They were the only guys running the streets. You know, when my mom was drunk and I was out doing whatever I wanted, those gang members were the ones that were there in Greeley for me. But I went to an alternative school called Adelante, which means moving forward in Spanish. I wasn't the best behaved, like we all know, and I ended up in alternative school. My first day at alternative school was a beatdown, you know, get out of here, white boy, you don't belong here. And I got jumped by 2 or 3 other guys from a street gang. And I was a tough little shit. My dad always told me, you know, you don't back down, you fight for what, you know, you fight for yourself. So I got beat up, I got my cigarettes taken, and I went back to school the next day. And I got beat up, and I went back to school the next day, and I got beat up. And then the next day, it was a one-on-one fight. They weren't jumping me no more. They were like, damn, this white boy's tough. This kid is tough. So then I only had to fight one of them. And then the next thing you know, they're trying to get me to join their gang. And they're like, no, you're a tough-ass kid, man. Come with us. Put in work for us. Do this for us. And I was like, no, I'll hang out with you guys, and I'll get in trouble with you, but I'm not going to join your gang. That lasted my whole juvenile detention, juvenile prison. I went through, I had a lot of problems because I would not join a gang. Well, I got to prison, and my first stint, I was 18, I went to boot camp, and then I went to a minimum facility, and I did really good. I didn't get in any trouble, and I went home. My second time back, I cut off my ankle monitor, and they sent me to a higher security prison. And in this higher security prison, I was like, oh shit, I'm in prison. This is real. And you got a bunch of bald-headed white guys running around, running shit for the white guys. All the Hispanics and blacks respect these guys. They were what was called the 211 crew. And 211 crew, they took me in, man, and then they made me feel like I had friends and a brotherhood, and they made me, and I didn't, like I said about the street gang stuff, I didn't see what it was. I didn't see all the internal conflict. I didn't see, because 211 crew touted themselves as not a white supremacist gang. They said, yeah, we're a white boy clique, but we're not a white supremacist organization. We're not a white power movement. We are a group of white guys that have gotten together like the Hispanics or like the Crips and Bloods. And, it was more like a club, I thought, it was a group of guys. And then I got put on. I became a member. And to become a member, you have to assault somebody else that has either offended the gang or was a child molester or something along those lines, someone that owed money or, you had to blood in. And I did that. And when you guys get a chance to read my book, you'll see in my first chapter of my book, I say I was faced with a choice that forever changed my life. And that choice was whether or not to use crystal meth for the first time. That was my first horrible choice, was using crystal meth. My second worst choice I ever made in my life was joining a gang. And, you can't go back, but, you can go forward and you can change. And that's what I've done. But let me tell you what I got after I joined this prison gang. I got solitary confinement. I actually joined it in solitary confinement, but I got more solitary confinement. I got nothing but trouble. I had, more rules to follow. One thing about us guys that are in prison, we don't follow rules. We don't like discipline. We don't like to do what other people tell us, what the powers that be tell us to do, And then you join a gang, and guess what? You got more rules. You got more authority. You got these shot callers that are telling you, I already don't want to get no more trouble. I'm in prison. I'm trying to stay out of the hole. Now I got to go beat this guy up. I got to assault this guy. I got to go collect money from this guy. I got to do this. And it's like, and then I got to follow the prison rules on top of it. It's like, geez, all I got is rules, and, it was actually like an oxymoron. I mean, it's like, what was the freaking point of this, And now I'm in. I can't get out. I'm hey, you know what, guys? I changed my mind. I don't think this is a good idea. I want to stop this gang shit now. It doesn't work like that. It's you say that and you're getting your ass kicked. By a couple guys. They're going to remind you why you're there and what's going to happen if you decide to leave. And I never really brought that up. You know, I was like, a little smarter than that. I was one of the smarter guys. But the more I didn't want to move up in rank, the more I tried to avoid that rank politics, the more I got moved up. The more they would say, I got my nickname Chaos, and because I was always causing chaos, I was rambunctious and fighting and getting in trouble. But that name that I had made for myself, and my leadership qualities, my ability to speak and recruit, and like these older guys seen that, and instead of saying, hey, let's utilize this to do something positive, like build Empire Corp or build a criminal justice prison reform project, they didn't utilize those awesome abilities that I had to build something great. They said, like Dr. Evil, let's build something horrible. Let's let's use your leadership qualities to get guys to do stuff that they shouldn't do and stuff that they don't want to do, and let's get guys to join this gang. And as time went on, being a part of this, the guiltier I felt. I would see guys come up with a 2 or 3 year sentence and never get out because of things that they were told to do. And when you're leading these guys, they're supposed to be your brothers. They're supposed to be your family. And these kids are looking up, as I had gotten older, into my late 30s, these youngsters that are 18, 19 years old come in, they're looking up to me. I'm the big bro, Oh, there's Chaos right there, and I'll die for that guy. Not really realizing that it's all in vain. It's all for nothing. It's all for more time. But I would see it, man, and the guy would end up in the hole and lose everything that he had going for him. Maybe he was in a class. Maybe he was in a culinary arts college, or he was doing welding, or next thing you know, he's in solitary confinement because of something I told him he had to go do, because of something I was told that I had to tell him to do, And as the years went on, the guiltier and guiltier I felt, man. And I'm not saying I didn't love some of the guys that I was around, man. They were my friends, man. They were my everyday guys. I ate with them. I got in trouble with them. We made hooch and drank together, and we did all kinds of stupid shit together, and we had a blast, and they weren't my real friends, but it was what I had in prison, man. I didn't have my family. My dad's always there. He's always one phone call away. I don't care if it's 3 a.m, he'll answer the phone for me, and that's one thing that a lot of these other guys don't have, and with that said, that was a big part of me walking away from my gang. One day, luckily, my guys had rode a couple kites on me. They were trying to move me out of the way to get a police officer that was bringing in narcotics. So they rode a couple kites on me and sent some letters and made it look like my life was in danger. And when I actually seen the letters and I seen what was being said in them, I knew I wasn't as much trouble as the intel staff had made it sound. I knew what was going on. I could have got out, beat the guys up, had them stabbed. I could have started a little war, do whatever. I could have cleaned it up, as we say in the gang life, and moved on. But I'm in the hole. This is going on, and I called my pops, and I was like, hey, this is what's going on, man. I want to use this chance to walk away and quit. And my dad, I don't know if he remembers the conversation, but I do. And I made the right choice, man. I walked away. He talked me out of it. An ex-girlfriend of mine named Brittany talked me out of it. And I walked off, man, and it was the best choice of my life. But I've only got 2 minutes remaining, so I want to talk about some of the other stuff that involves this lifestyle. And then I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to do gang stuff part 2. So I dropped out, and when I dropped out, there's times where I really wish I wouldn't have made that choice. I wouldn't have made that decision. And it's because, when you drop out, you got a lot of people on your back, man. You got a lot of people that aren't going to respect it and say, hey, you did that for the right reasons so you could go home and be a part of your family and maybe be there for your daughter someday if things work out. They don't accept that. So going home, working in construction and doing things like that is it could be dangerous for me. But I made the choice. I made the right choice. And next podcast, I'm going to pick up and I'm going to talk about a lot of different stuff, recruitment, what we can do, solutions for this stuff. I want to talk about Big Brother mentor programs. I want to talk about a gang dropout program that I was involved with starting. I want to talk about another program that I wanted to help start Jeffco, which I might actually get an opportunity to when I get out. So there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and we will pick that up on the next podcast. Time limit, guys. Sorry. Have a good one. It was good to be here, and you guys take care.